Hello, everyone. This is Religious Fanboy here again, and today we are discussing the Christian lessons and themes that are paralleled in the anime movie Sorcery in the Big City. This is my One Last Scene video, part of the One Last Scene video series, and the lesson for today is that only after properly grieving a loss are we able to embrace the next season of life with faith and optimism. And the Bible verse for today is Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1, which says, "There is a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens." And the illustration from this movie is Akari being able to have the confidence and strength to be a cop to the best of her abilities and overcome and complete the grieving process of the loss of her father after she stops the monster with the help of Apple, and Apple is turned back into a teddy bear. And for the scene that we are talking about specifically is the montage of Akari continuing her police duties after the scene where she acknowledges that Apple's human form had disappeared before moving on with the police duties for the day. And that being said, I'm going to transition to our 3 talking points. The first talking point is that grieving is not a sin. It is not wrong to cry, and we are told, and what we should take away is experiencing our emotions, both positive and negative, is not an inherently bad thing, and we're even told in the Bible that it's not even a sin to be angry. All we are told is be angry, but do not sin. And this also applies for grieving, as we see in Ecclesiastes chapter 3. We are given a list following verse 1 of a vast variety of circumstances, and we are told that all of these circumstances, both the positive ones within this list as well as the negative ones, are important in order to follow God and live the lives that we will experience on this earth. Transitioning to our second talking point is the seasons of our life aren't going to always be accommodating of what we feel our schedule is, as well as what other people feel our schedule is. The length of your season of grieving is between you and God. And though as Christians we may want to help each other to get through the grieving process as quick as possible because we don't want to see people hurting and in pain, we are told, and the approach that God models for us is showing God's love by being with those who mourn and those who are grieving, but also being able to laugh with those who are laughing and rejoicing. And we see this portrayed in this movie through the conversations that Akari has with Victoria, where even though Victoria doesn't initially understand and can't empathize with what Akari is struggling with, she shows compassion by being patient and accepting of her partner's struggles. And this transitions us to our third and final talking point, which is God puts people in our lives and manipulates situations in order to overcome hardship. The main ways we see this paralleled and portrayed in this movie is not only through Kari's partnership with Victoria, but also the healing that was able to happen due to Liberty bringing Apple to life. I just hope that you remember that even when things are at their darkest and the wounds of loss are still fresh, that regardless of how bad things may feel, that you are able to remember and resist the lies from the enemy saying that God has abandoned you, and that you are able to remember that you, in all of your brokenness and sadness, are still made in the image of God, still loved by God, and that God has not and will never abandon you. And with that being said, thank you, Nando, for setting these video series up. And if you enjoyed this video, please, and would like to support us, please like the video, leave the comment either on the video or if you have a prayer request, and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well as follow us on TikTok. And with that being said, may God be with you and see you next time. Bye.